program in store for you this evening featuring a wonderful ballade by Brahms. I'm sure you'll all be impressed by this beautiful music. The Ballade in G minor is a very gorgeous piece. It was written in 1893 towards the end of the composer's life. A few years before, Brahms had resolved to cease his compositional output, but soon realized that his decision could not be upheld. He simply loved composing too much. Brahms's later works make great use of form. This means the architecture of the piece. This ballade is one of 6 pieces Brahms dedicated to Clara Schumann, wife of Robert Schumann, who was a very prominent concert pianist of the day. The piece is intelligent and impressive. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. A bit about the form. The architecture of this specific piece is ternary. As you might guess, this means that it involves 3 things, in this case sections. We might think of the structure as a blueprint. The blueprint for this piece is laid out into 3 specific sections. The first 2 are essentially the same, with a contrasting middle section. Most often, in ternary form, we hear a distinct bit that stands on its own as a musical idea. In the case of this wonderful ballade, the first section is dark and brooding, almost as if it is a musical release of frustration. The tune here is very broken. It jumps around a lot, almost embodying the upsetting mood that the composer was trying to portray. The next section is calm, a stark change from the stormy beginning. As we hear the B section, we notice the definitive contrast in style and mood. After this calm section, we hear the angry first section again, and that wraps up the form, and our blueprint is finished. We can refer to these sections, as I've said, as A, B, and A again. In the A section, Brahms goes far in the direction of angsty sadness. I think it would be very difficult to hear the section and imagine a calm landscape or hear it as comfortable. In this part, we can clearly hear Brahms' idea of unrest. Let's listen to a recording of the bit. After the A section, a transition can clearly be heard. The next bit, the B section, is very calm and almost meditative. When listening to the piece, notice the rhythm, how it swirls around and around. Brahms uses the rhythm as well as the high and low ranges of the piano to give this section a very calm, soaring atmosphere. The melody here is less disjointed than the first section. It acts as a nice release from the A section. The music slows and makes its way back to the A section, and we can hear the transition into the B section here. The third part of the pieces in the architecture is just about the same as the beginning. There's a bit of a coda that ties up the loose ends of the form. This essentially means ending. The coda doesn't add anything to the piece except a nice finish that lets us know when the piece is done. Let's hear that now. And it drifts away from there. Knowledge about the form can serve as an auditory checkpoint for us listeners and can enrich the way we hear a piece. I hope the information about the form will be useful to you as you hear this wonderful ballade by Brahms. Please enjoy.